Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the video. This is part 2 of explaining Fortnite zones, and this time we are focusing on a half in, half out. And this is fourth zone here, and all these waypoints are where some teams will more than likely be positioned. Obviously, there's going to be probably way more teams in here, and if anything, that should just help you actually rotate. So let's explain it. First off, we have these 3 green circles that are people that have pulled zone. This is, I would say, is a pretty common position. You might have a few more teams actually up on this hill, but basically you know that this team right here is going to look at anybody that's rotated. They have free surge on basically everybody on the entire lobby, and they're going to just try to hold people and grief as many people as possible. This guy over here, he can only really look from this way over. So if you're pink or yellow, that's kind of scary. Maybe even some of the blue or navy team here, that's kind of scary. But if you're like these two over here, it doesn't really matter. Now it's flipped over here. These guys can pretty much only look at red and like teal. They can maybe kind of hit some of the blue guys if they try to rotate this way, but it's pretty unlikely. So that's kind of what we have set up here. Now let's start from inwards outwards. So we start from red here. Red has a pretty nice rotate. Let's just put him on the tower because that's more realistic. The rotate's pretty easy. He doesn't actually need to move right away, because if you remember, when Storm starts closing, because he's closer to the actual zone, he's going to have to be the last one to rotate in. So what that means is that he can stay here and hold everyone that's behind him like this. So what that does is that it might make people try to funnel around him like this, or go this way. Probably what will end up happening is that this guy will be forced to go down and have to try to enter right here. Now, two things might happen. First off, if you're this team here, say number 2, if you're 2 red and you see that 1 red is running in, you move right away. You move right after. And the point of that is that you don't want to move in and have the green guy here and red 1 holding your shit open. So let's say this guy rotates in. He's getting shot at by green right here. And he gets right here. And then you decide to move. Now what happens is that you're hauling ass here. You're going to get held by 2 teams, maybe even 3 if this guy over here looks at you. So if you're looking and you see this team starts running in, you start moving immediately right after. So you're following them in. That way they get here and they're basing up and you're already basically in. Now we're at this position. You don't need to force it and actually keep going forward to get in. You don't have to force getting into zone. You're basically already in. It doesn't matter. You can stay here and now you can become the new number 1 team that can sit here and hold everyone else behind them. You can do that. Or if no one's looking at you, you can just run in and try to get as deep as you can get, or maybe you try to get on the mountain as much as you can. Whatever, you just get in. Now while all that's happening, everyone else is also rotating in as well. Everyone's following suit. That's what all this is that it's like this big fucking train where everyone's just trying to get in because everyone has to get into zone. So when red gets in and this guy gets here, let's say he decides to hold, now he can run up and he can either A, wait for Storm to be close to his ass and then start building and kind of getting even with this team. So let's say this happens and Storm is right on their ass right here. Let's just forget about this team back here. So Storm's right here and it's coming in. Now what's going to happen is that this guy is going to say, okay, fuck it, I have to go in now. So he's going to run in and then you follow suit and now you're in. Whether you're on top of him or whatever, you just want to follow in the rotate. Now if you were, let's go back a bit and let's say this guy is here. I can't remember the exact position. Something like this. Let's say that this is the position here and you wanted to leave early. Now you really have to look around and see, okay, what type of line of sight do we actually have working here? So this guy is pretty much safe from this guy over here because he would have to either be cranked up a lot to actually see him. And even so, you know, he's not going to like crack you or annihilate you or whatever. So you could bust ass here and just either chill out in here or get to all this brick over here because you can see that where you are. You get to this brick, you base up and you wait. So let's say you leave early. You're probably going to end up needing to take a big or, you know, farming up this tree or rock. Let's say you stop right here. Now this guy would see that you rotated and he should be following suit. He could A, follow you exactly through and end up probably somewhere around here because you're going to look back and tag him. Or if you don't look back and tag him in time, he could even get up closer to you like this over here, somewhere along here where he's close to you. Now, basically, if he follows directly the path, that's assuming that you had to build a bit. Maybe Cyan was shooting at you, so you had to build a bit here. Base up for a second, he's waiting for you, you go, and then he goes here, and then he follows you. Or you can try to break line of sight here and try to enter somewhere like this. You could even, hypothetically, swing down and start rotating in something like this. This is kind of scary. This would definitely be like no man's land here. So I think it's definitely better for him to swing somewhere up here like that. But that would basically be how you would rotate if you were one of these 4 red waypoints. If you're all the way in the back, you leave early, but you don't force it. You don't force the whole rotate in. You don't run all the way in like this and just, you're gonna burn so much materials. You do it in steps, okay? You go, you stop, you go, you stop, you go, you stop. Especially good if, let's say, he runs and stops on this brick. This guy is getting held in the middle of the street by the teal team. This guy has made his rotate in, and this guy is following in as well and is like somewhere around here. Let's just say that's the case. Now, this teal decides that he's going to stay here, and he's not going to be one of the ones to rotate in first because he likes this position better than here, which I honestly don't think is the play. So let's say that he's smart and he rotates kind of up, halfway up the mountain. So he's here. So this guy should, okay, I saw the guy in front of me rotate, and I know I want to avoid this part of land right here just because it is pretty scary. It's pretty open and a lot of people can tag me and there's not a lot of cover. But if I get to right underneath green up top here, then I'm kind of chilling and it's kind of cool. So he can first off either break line of sight and enter either this tree over here or even over here. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's more trees. So you could hypothetically get to like here, base up, wait, get to the brick, base up. You can burn brick while you do this because all this brick is here, assuming it's still there when you're looking at it, and then go in. But really, I think the best play would probably be to try to swing your way around here and get close to here. And then you'll have to either get in here or swing around and try to enter over here on this side, which you can do as well. So if you did this while everyone else was moving, you might end up like right around here. Blue guy, I think he should definitely get in right away and try to claim kind of opposite right here. While he's doing that, this is a free rotate for him. He can swing around here, get to right about here, and then probably have to sprint and slide and start building somewhere around here. Build, get in, now he's here. Okay? Meanwhile, we have these red guys over here. Okay, they go, we have the tree, and we have this building here. So if we can get to the building, we can pretty much get in, because we might have to build a bit to one of these. And then once we're here, probably over here is best, we just run it. So now we have something like this, where all these teams have now ran in. This guy would kind of follow suit. He can either decide if he wants to swing all the way around or if he wants to follow the other rotate and get in somewhere like this. Now this blue guy, similar thing to what the other blue one did. You can either A, straight on, which is definitely crazy. I might go all the way straight if pink, let's say pink over here was getting fucking held. We have a lot of shit going off over here on pink. Like we have all these teams trying to rotate in over here on the right or on the far left side, and they're just being fucking held. Maybe that is a play, is that you notice, okay, wait a second, I can just white line it because all these teams are already fucking fighting and doing everything like that. So you white line and you get in. Obviously, when you're running in like this, every other team, it's hard to do and actually explain it without like fucking, I don't know, a program or something. But you want to move with everybody else. So if we go back, it's going to be a fucking pain in the ass to do it. But if we go back with all the waypoints, and we have all the waypoints, like, so the number 1 waypoint over here, throw these guys fucking randomly. So here's 1, here's fucking 4, throw these guys back, put you here, here, then we'll do something similar over here, like boom, boom, and boom. Let's say we have something like this, kind of similar to what we saw. Basically, how everyone should be rotating in is together. So all the ones, so let's say these are the ones here, they should be either A, getting in early, so basing up somewhere around here, or B, sitting there and getting some more surge, especially if they're down. They can sit, get surge, wait. Their goal is to wait for whatever guy that's in storm to be looking somewhere else. Let's say he looks at teal, then red goes. Then he looks at red, then teal goes. And then vice versa for all of these down here. So once these guys start moving, then the number 2s start following. These guys all start fucking following them in like this. Wait, that guy is number 180. Let's move him forward. Say number 1, put him like here, just make it a bit more easier for me to draw. Then this guy here. So as all the number 1s are moving in, the number 2s start following. So they can either follow directly behind them, assuming that they built, or they can, go a different way or whatever. And as soon as they get shot, they base up and they wait for these guys on the mountain or even number 1s to look somewhere else, and then they follow suit. But while you're doing all that, you also have all the kids with grapple gloves. So let's say we have a few teams back here with grapple gloves. They're just going to be fucking white lining in, just flying in. So you're going to have all this crazy shit, people flying in. Everyone behind you is also rotating in behind you like this. So we have this like train going on. And that's why it's so bad to fight in this scenario. Because what happens, let's just say hypothetically, what happens if these two teams fight? They're fighting right here. Now what happens is that there's a big fight going on here. This guy attention becomes turned on it, this is good for everyone else. This guy's attention becomes on that. Move that out of the way. And then everyone here gets fucking caught up and they have to swing around the other way. So something like this. So like, fuck, we have to go like another way. And then that's where it really starts getting kind of crazy because this team decides to fight. Because now we have this blue in the back all the way over here following this path. And now he's over here in teal and he's going to be fucking might fight him or just try to run in or whatever. Everyone's goal is to get it. Everyone wants to get in the zone. So you can kind of have that mutual respect when you run by. If you're not going to tag them, like, I'm getting in, you're getting in, whatever, we'll fight once we get in. But hopefully this video has helped you. I try to make it a little bit shorter than the last one. The whole kind of way to rotate to your half in, half out is just kind of following the people ahead of you. So if they don't look like they're going to rotate, that means they probably have grapple gloves. And like if they're based up like elevated on, let's say this guy here is cranked up like back here. He's cranked up high and he's not moving. Good chances he has, grapple. It would have to be a little bit farther. Probably something like this guy right here. Good chances he has grapple gloves and that's why he's not moving. And what you can do is you can try to force him to actually move. So either by shooting his wall, tagging him up a bit, or if he looks at you, like I've seen Janice and Vidil do this a lot. Like Janice would run ahead like this, and when Pink starts looking at him, let's say this is Vidil, Vidil would crack Pink, and now they have a free rotate where Vidil can run up, meet them, and then they run in while this guy's healing up. That's an option too, but it's really just following the guy ahead of you. And it's also, not being afraid of building. It's a lot better to build than to get cracked. Because let's say Pink is rotating in here and he gets fucking fried right here. He gets cracked. His teammate, let's just say his teammate's here trying to assist him. Now this guy hears that and he goes, okay, I'm going to look here. Green looks, yellow looks. And now you're getting fucking lobbied. But that's good for this Pink team because he can just run on his ass in like this because you're getting your shit fucking mauled over here. So they get a free rotate in because you're the team getting lobbied. So make sure to see what's happening, see where people are looking, and then figure out your situation and rotate in accordingly. Now, all this comes with practice. This video will help you and kind of give you the understanding of what to do. But if you don't play scrims, then it won't do anything. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Part number 3 will be about moving zones. So, first, second moving, whatever, and basically how you can rotate them, how to get the dead side, whatever. Half in, half out. I don't think dead side is that important. I mean, like if red wanted to get the dead side over here, they'd have to fucking cross this crazy shit, which would be impossible. So being like over here would be fine, or on this side, but it really doesn't matter. You just want to get in, half out, and then be in a decent position for next zone. But yeah, cheers.